Hello, beautiful people. Namaste. Today, I want to talk about what is happening on the planet globally from June 14th to July 5th. There are certain astrologers who have called this time as one of the most tense times in the year. There are other tense times that are going to come up, intense, disruptive, but right now, because of the Mars Uranus square around June 15th, then the emotional sensitivity, the Cancer and Pisces influences, the new moon in Cancer, and the need for balance, the Jupiter Saturn square, and the Jupiter Pluto quincunx. There is going to be a tug of war, push and pull, and a lot of unpredictability because thanks to Uranus, everything gets unpredictable. Mars is debilitated. So it's very intense and disruptive. As per Vedic astrology, there are multiple Kendra aspects. They are going to cause a karmic shift. So I wanted to address all this. I had predicted the taking out of the leaders in Iran right before the attack. Sometimes when I'm meditating and I get this a sense of what is happening globally, sometimes the predictions don't come true for 2 years, 3 years, and sometimes bang, it happens. I predicted this on the 12th. By 14th, the attack had happened. So I decided to dive deep into the astrological configuration of the world at this time. Let's start with the first one, Jupiter square Saturn. So, what is happening is Jupiter in Cancer forms a square, a very tense 90-degree angle with Saturn in Aries at 1 degree. This is the final of the three tense squares. The first happened in August and the second in December 2024. Now, see, Jupiter or Guru is in Gemini, Mithun, and approximately 1 degree sidereal. Jupiter is in a neutral sign, ruled by Mercury, and it's in the Ardra nakshatra. Ardra is ruled by Rahu, which is intensity, transformation. Jupiter forms a Kendra aspect with Saturn in Pisces. Saturn in Pisces is in Uttarabhadrapada nakshatra. And Jupiter casts a fifth and ninth aspect on Libra and Aquarius. Saturn casts a third and 10th aspect on Taurus and Sagittarius. I don't want to go very technical into all this. All I want to say is Shani is 1 degree in mean. Shani is in a friendly sign. And this sign is ruled by Jupiter. And it's in Uttarabhadrapada nakshatra, which emphasizes discipline and spiritual growth. So, what is going to happen is that this 90-degree square is going to create tension between Guru's expansive, optimistic nature and Shani's restrictions. Jupiter in Gemini will push for intellectual growth, as per my reading, whereas Saturn in Pisces emphasizes spiritual discipline, compassion, karma. And this is going to be a clash. It's going to manifest as obstacles, delays, a need to balance ambition and passion. On a personal level, we are going to have a lot of tension in areas of career, home, and relationships. Not only that, the two nakshatras, Ardra, Jupiter, and Uttar Bhadrapada, Saturn, are going to emotionally charge these areas, causing intense lessons around letting go of outdated beliefs, structures. Now, globally, what it means is, first of all, economic tension. Jupiter in Gemini signifies global trade, commerce, intellectual expansion. Saturn in Pisces is restriction. Restriction in agriculture, oil, and spiritual and humanitarian sectors. And there is a 90-degree angle, the Kendra angle or the square, which is a clash between economic growth, that is in areas like tech, like media, and structural limitations, supply chain issues, labor shortages. So there are going to be global debates over trade policies, tariff, resource allocation, and there is going to be political and diplomatic struggles. Saturn's discipline may curb Jupiter's optimism. Talks will be stalled. International agreements will end up in stalemates. Tensions will arise in UN. Countries with strong Gemini and Pisces placements, like USA and India, will face policies gridlocks. Now let's talk about social dynamic. Ardra is Rahu ruled and Uttar Bhadrapada is Saturn ruled. And both these are clashing and they're going to bring transformative change. Public movements may push for reform, but there will be resistance from established systems. Natural phenomena that can be aggravated at this time is oceans, flooding, maritime disputes. Jupiter is going to expand, amplify these events, and Pisces rules oceans, and Saturn's presence is going to lead to flooding. There is another square that we have to look at, which happens on June 18th. That is Jupiter square Neptune. This is again going to happen in the Ardra Nakshatra. Now, Neptune is not a traditional Vedic planet, but it's in Pisces and its influence is interpreted through its sign and house placement. Neptune normally in Vedic is treated as having the same qualities as Ketu. Neptune in Pisces is spiritual, dreamy, escapist. And it is in Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, which is intense and transformative. And since this is also a 90-degree square, a Kendra aspect, Jupiter's 5th and 9th aspects, and Neptune's influence create a very complex kind of dynamic. The risk over here is delusion, unrealistic expectations, especially in spiritual pursuits, in travel, in education. Globally, the impact is going to be on media. There is a lot of misinformation that happens. And Neptune in Pisces is going to amplify controversies, confusion. People are going to be very unrealistic, over idealistic. There is going to be global misinformation, propaganda, scandals. And these are going to involve news outlets, tech giants, social media platforms are going to face scrutiny over fake news. And Neptune is illusory. And when it's going to be in Pisces, which is oil, pharmaceuticals, there will be speculative bubbles in these sectors, clashing with Jupiter's push for trade. So watch for volatility in oil prices, drug markets, and be very careful. Be very traditional in your stock market investments. there is going to be over idealization, mismanagement of resources. And if you are involved in spiritual and holistic health, be very careful and lie low, because I feel that some religious institutions may gain attention, the wrong sort of attention. And I also feel that misinformation is going to skyrocket. False flags will fly. We are going to be deceived, my friends, and we have to be very careful not to fall for this deception. Pisces' oceanic influences combined with Neptune's Ketu like energy can lead to oil spills, maritime accidents, and unusual weather patterns. I feel that we will see some tsunami or typhoon or heavy rains. There will also be a lot of confusion. Another thing I see is food shortages, disruption in supply chains. Food is not going to reach places where it is needed. And this is going to happen around the last moon quarter, that is June 18th onwards. There is going to be disruptive potential, emotional sensitivity, which leads to mood swings and misunderstandings. In your personal life, this happens amongst your family, in your personal matters. Globally, the moon in Pisces makes countries very sensitive, touchy. There will be public protests, movements that may focus on Saturn's restrictions, Neptune's confusion, misinformation, food. Pisces rules food supplies and oceans. And the moon's conjunction with Saturn is going to bring the shortages into the attention of people. On the top of that, there is this Revati influence. So the Revati's influence is going to bring a lot of unconventional or alternative philosophies into vogue, and which is going to cause an overall mess. Then there is Mars square Uranus. This is a very dangerous aspect. Mars is nearing a square with Uranus, and this is happening on June 15th. Mars is action, drive. Uranus is sudden changes, rebellion. It can lead to accident, conflict, sudden disruption. On the top of that, this is happening in the Ashlesha Nakshatra, which is intense, emotionally manipulated. Mars is debilitated in Cancer, which makes Mars not only impulsive, it makes Mars emotional, volatile. And Uranus is in Taurus, going to give a very Rahu kind of an energy. Rahu is very amplified energy. And this is happening in Rohini. Rohini loves to be stable, but it is also very fragile. It gets shook up by sudden changes. And this is a 90-degree aspect. So I think we can see a whole lot of leaders being very passive, aggressive, emotionally volatile. I expect military escalation, terrorist incidents, civil unrest, particularly in regions with economic and resource disputes. Mind you, we are already going through a water war with Pakistan, and we are already seeing a lot of hostile movement from China. If push comes to shove, as per birth charts, Russia will support China. So we have to be very careful about that. Taurus governs finance and agriculture. Stock market is going to get volatile. There will be supply chain breakdowns. impacting food, raw material, and there will be impulsive policy responses thanks to debilitated Mars. Uranus rules technology. There might be power outages, cyber attacks, tech related accidents, especially affecting communication and natural disasters. Mars in Cancer. Cancer is a watery sign. Uranus in Taurus, which is an earth sign. So, floods, earthquakes, volcanic activity. Ashlesha has a very serpentine energy and it is very unpredictable. Then there is later, by June 24th, Jupiter is quincunx Pluto. Quincunx is a 150 degree. Pluto is in Aquarius at 3rd degree. And quincunx is a very awkward kind of an angle. And this is going to bring a lot of tension between personal growth and collective and societal change. It manifests as power struggles, shifting dynamics, disruptive emotions disruptive situations that we have to adapt to. There are going to be issues around control, differing values. Now, when we talk about power struggle, of course, it means corporate or governmental power. Diplomacy and trade agreements are going to be very awkward. IMF, G20, emerging grassroots movements, everything will have to be negotiated right now. Uttar Ashada's focus on achievements may drive collective efforts to address systemic issues, inequality, climate change, but adjustments will be slow and they will be deeply fought over. There is a new moon coming up. I will be talking about that in a separate video, but right now I want to address another major issue, which is Neptune retrograde, which is going to begin on July 4th. Neptune stations retrograde in Aries, very early in Aries, 2 degrees. Now, Neptune in Aries is going to start a period of introspection, re-evaluation of dreams and ideals, personal identity. Neptune retrograde encourages us to look inward, but at the same time, it is in Purvabhadrapada. And it means isolation, spirituality, introspection, detachment, inner growth. But Neptune is very delusional. It is going to cause confusion. It's going to cause emotional fog. So there are expect spiritual and cultural shifts. Imagine if the entire planet goes on a trip, a spirituality trip. There is going to be a lot of focus on issues like climate change, ocean conservation, humanitarianism, environment, but it will also bring religious movements. And when religious movements are born or are fanned, brought into prominence, it causes destabilization. On the top of that, Pisces rules oil and pharmaceuticals. Neptune's retrograde will expose mismanagement, scandals. There will be a lot of disruptive potential, disorientation. In Vedic terms, this is a very disruptive period because there are multiple Kendra relationships, Jupiter-Saturn, Jupiter-Neptune, Mars-Neptune, which are causing a lot of challenges. And these aspects are affecting key houses, the 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, and 10th house, which is self, home, relationships, career. Mars is debilitated, which is weak, amplifying emotional volatility. And the outer planets in play are going to bring a lot of disruption in things. Ground yourself, lie low, avoid impulsiveness, visit sacred water sites. If you live near a river or a stream, this is an ideal time to donate some thing, give it into the water. Like if you want to pacify your Jupiter, a yellow flower, or Saturn, you can do offer black sesame seeds. Most affected countries during this period, Gemini countries, that is USA, Belgium. I see media scandals, trade disputes, or tech disruption. Pisces countries, Portugal, parts of Middle East. The issues for these countries are oil, maritime issues, humanitarian crisis. Taurus countries like Ireland and Switzerland, there will be financial instabilities or agricultural challenges. Cancer countries, which is India, New Zealand, emotional public reactions will be very common. There will be food insecurity. Capricorn countries like UK, Mexico, I see public protests, power struggles, institutional reforms. From June 14th to July 5th, the world will face some economic volatility, geopolitical tensions, and social interests. There will be natural disruptions along with emotions being aggravated. But by staying grounded, patient, and adaptable, you can navigate these energies constructively. For deeper understanding, consider consulting an astrologer with your natal chart. If you like a specific analysis for your zodiac sign, please share more details, analyze them for you. Until next time, thank you for joining me. Namaste.